Prepare for battle.
It's looking spicy.
I see for you a future full of death.
Thank you very much. Game number 1 between LGD and IG. I, for one, am so excited about this matchup. I'm a big Chinese Dota fan, and this is a matchup of 2 amazing teams in the region. The top 3 ranked players in the region, where you've got flyfly at number 1, Emo at number 2, Ame at number 3. I mean, this is probably one of the best China matchups you're gonna see, and it's for a slot in the grand finals, Black. I would hope
30 seconds to
I don't know if you could be as excited as me, but I'm hoping that you're close to it. I would expect it.
I mean, you know me, I've been in China for a long time. I know pretty much all of these players. You know, I'm the sensei to some of these players, you know, kind of like Ip Man. But yeah, it's gonna be a really good matchup. Surprising to see LGD here, to be honest. Like at the beginning of the tournament, I did not think that they would be in the top 3, especially in that winner bracket final. I thought IG would be there, but they kind of reversed the roles from the DPC League. So we'll have to see if LGD can kind of continue their onslaught, or if IG found their magic back and is now back on track.
Yeah, we'll see if IG can, I guess, take out LGD. LGD, who barely made it into the event at all. I mean, they had such a underwhelming performance in the regional league, and now they're, you know, 1 series away from going to the grand finals. I mean, this has been a long road for LGD to get here. IG got here pretty comfortably after the regionals, and I think we were talking about it back when we were in Romania, how I had more confidence in LGD to get this far than I would have had Elephant getting this far. And I mean, they're really stepping up to the plate.
They are. They're also the only team that made it this far that came in from wildcards. So they played a total of, I don't know, like 30+-ish games, which is really helpful in the tournament as well, to kind of develop your own meta and be ahead of the tournament meta that also gets developed locally. And that's just one of the main reasons why they're this strong right now. Like, they really know what they're doing. As Lizard said, 100% full comfort zone. And we'll have to see if IG's unconventional, in quotation marks, draft is gonna win.
You'll not live to see.
Okay, why dropping
blood
top
on
lane?
Innocence. Yeah,
It was without level 2.
Really?
Yeah, they were both level 1. They just got impaled and God's Rebuke and died to it. Must have been a little
being a little bit out of position. And one of the things that I'm surprised about is just IG giving up the Monkey King. How many times are we going to watch LGD have a chance to put Ame on this Monkey King? Probably his most comfortable hero for the last, I would say maybe even just since the heroes come out. Just Monkey King has been his go-to.
you have to hype it a bit more. For the last decade, Monkey King has been his go-to hero. No, we all know what you mean. Like, he loves his hero. He kind of started this Battlefield trend also, I believe, which now everybody is picking up on. Yeah, he's definitely one of the best Monkey Kings.
Wait for him forward, trying to freeze over Faithion. He's not going to freeze over. The shackles on a flyfly won't lead to anything else. Faithion will try to heal up a little bit. And yeah, going back to your point about how we kind of developed the Battle Fury meta with this Monkey King, it was like during Season 1, I would say, of CDA DPC that he was really showing it off. So he's been running this kind of build, the Battle Fury Ags, for a little while now, and it's just kind of proven itself very strong, obviously. It threw his time over, and a little bit of revenge there. Boundless Strike to swipe the kill away. Ame's got himself one.
It's gonna be a good golden fusion for him. Looking for his Battle Fury once more, of course. And we'll have to see what this Emo Mirana can do. We have seen him in a really bad matchup before, Mirana against TA, and he won that matchup somehow. And even against DP, who I would favor slightly here, he's doing very well for himself once more.
Doing well at 16-3, keeping up with nothing to say. Certainly proving why he's number 2 in the region. And you know, it's been exciting to watch Emo grow as a player. He used to go by half, and now his name is Emo. Like, it's just, you've seen him progress. Not only that, you've seen IG progress. They were having a good run before the last season kind of concluded in a way that probably nobody was excited about. And they were out of form and now back in form. And that's normally, for me at least, I would say on the back of Emo more than flyfly. So it's exciting to see him in a matchup like this, where maybe it's not one that he should be winning, but he always makes a stand.
Right. Nice courier stick here, by the way, in case you guys want to learn some advanced mechanics. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ollie has been in this team for over 2 years, is that right?
I think so, a long time. I mean, the team together has certainly, I would almost say, been together 2 years too.
That's insane, man. Like to think he was in the team for that long. Crazy. Loyalty paying off finally. They qualified for the last year already. Unfortunately, COVID hit, so it didn't end up going, but they're on a good way of making it there again. Securing a top 3 finish already.
Visibility.
Top 3 finish for both these teams is going to be massive. It's been spoken about on the panel multiple times, just about how difficult and how much depth there is in the region. So, you know, securing yourself top 3 at this point, especially after a first place for IG, is a good feeling. Hex coming out with the burrow strike onto Ollie. flyfly coming over to try and maybe get one in return. Couple feet is gonna proc, but well, flyfly can't really output the damage to get a kill onto the shadow, onto the Sand King anyway.
USA expert, how did you like this AA last pick?
I like AA. I think it's, you know, one of those heroes that can make or break a fight. You have to be on it though. You know, those ice blasts have to hit. Not unlike mine that don't land at all.
I think it's don't worry about it.
Burrow strike.
I just get caught without morphing on.
They just catch
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Surprised I got caught by that.
Are fortified.
Because even if DP wasn't there, he would have been in deep trouble. He didn't morph up when Sand King stunned him. Bit of pressure here in the mid lane. Impale the arrow. Potentially kill him. Kill.
Got the arrow. Should have the kill here. Will finish off GQ. And
Dire's middle tower is under
again, it's
attack.
another thing the panel talked about.
Dire's structures
flyfly on the
of
Morphling.
Radiant's
I
bottom tower is
personally
fortified.
think Emo's the better Morphling player. flyfly, he's played well on this Morphling before, from his times with Keen Gaming, his times with Serenity, but those are also times where I'd watch him like full shift Agi and die to like a rocket flare.
Yeah, that's the only problem I have with his Morphling here. He is very hit or miss on the hero. Sometimes he owns incredibly hard. Nice cut over the tree. Spear.
Following that up with a spear, so a lot of stun time with the arrow. Really well done by JT.
That's just why he is considered the best offlaner in China. JT is an absolute beast. Well done once more. Pretty much just setting up the kill on Monkey all by himself, without ult even.
Yeah, that's really well done. You can hold that ult. You don't have to really use much to get that kill. Stun locking him for so long. Once you've cut that tree, use all that time you need to land the spear, land the arrow. Perfectly placed. Beyond in the top lane, he's trying to defend against
Dire's
this,
top tower is under
but
attack.
there's not much defense he can really make out of it. They've got the Hex coming in from Kaka. It could dive over. That's on a JT as well as Emo. Strike not too far away, and he's stunned up once again. And this is going to be Faith Beyond going down. IG looking good as they take yet another in the top lane.
An arrow hit him even though he already borrow struck, so it hit like his mirage basically, but it still stunned the main hero. Let's see how that works. But yeah, Emo on this Mirana making it work
Radiant's
once more.
bottom tower
Being
is
on
under
top of
attack.
net worth, rotating everywhere, making a ton of space for his Morphling here.
It's what I'm wondering about is if they're going to be able to continue to make this space for flyfly. I expect the next Exorcism to be a push towards mid. However, IG, they're already setting up to kind of stop this. The arena is used, and that's going to catch Jingtu. They've got the cold feet, the spear, and a kill. Easy one. Line him up, knock him down, and JT's got another.
Insane amount of
Radiant's
damage here with
middle
AA.
tower is under
Who has Mars. Of course, AA doesn't really do much other than deal damage, but he deals a lot of it. Ice Vortex, Cold Feet, ton of damage amplification.
First dive right on Kaka. He'll just try to TP out, and
he makes
is in
it.
time.
The Phoenix not burning hard enough. He's still a baby Phoenix to get some more levels up first before he becomes an adult Phoenix. flame is gonna burn a lot brighter. Quite a bit of stacks though on the Dire side.
Yeah, they're gonna need that to kind of catch this Monkey King up. He's right there with flyfly, but you want him to definitely be more towards the top and a bit more comfortable. But both carries have really dealt with a little bit of pressure.
Definitely have. So far, it's the mid laners that are really shining, both sitting at an even net worth at the top. Ian also struggled quite a bit, but he's gonna farm up all the stacks, bringing him very dangerously close to his Blink Dagger. And once that's up, Epicenter Borrow Strike is gonna be a huge asset to them.
These are two teams that really rely on their offlaners to be playmakers.
Yeah, they're very similar in that regard, aren't they? Both JT and flyfly are really the guys that enable their teams usually.
Back when LGD were playing with that roster that had Chalice on it, he was more of a sacrificial offlaner. And, you know, now you've got two offlaners that are more consistent in lane, playmakers, and you can definitely feel when they're not getting themselves the farm that they need to really enable themselves.
Yeah, oh, good hex here, canceling the dive.
Got the stun to follow it up. They'll have a spear onto the lonesome tree that's in the river. God's Rebuke finish for JT. He's got yet another, now sitting 3-0-2, so he's on a killing spree.
Making it look easy. Kaka on his most comfortable hero again. Lion. Maybe Shaman is more comfortable for him, but it's usually not in the cards or getting picked by the enemy team.
I'll take your tribute.
On the top of the net worth.
Going Linken's first. Do I like that? Not really, but I see a lot of China morphs do this against these single target heavy disablers like Shadow Shaman, like Lion. It just makes sure they can't instantly hex you with a Blink Dagger or Ether Lens, so you get that chance to get the morph off. Can definitely sometimes help you survive. Very costly item though, to go as first item.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I worry about as a Morphling is, are you going to feel him when he's got that Linken's? Because he's going to need one or two more items to really make his presence felt, right? So if he's just got this Linken's, yes, he's surviving, but is that enough? Is just surviving enough to output enough damage to turn the tides of these fights?
Morphling is a special case because Linken's gives a lot of stats, and obviously you can just morph everything on Agi to gain additional damage. It just becomes a problem when you itemize into Linken's as well as BKB. If you have to build both items, that's really when you see that impact of the early Linken's, simply because you don't have damage output anymore. I want to see an E-Blade or Manta style after that.
Forward. Strike comes in. That's going to land onto Emo. They've got the silence to follow it up. Crypt Swarm's there. Can they get the kill on the Piranha? Yule's up into the air. They've got 4 heroes here. Exorcism, Supernova. Committee leaps away! Emo! Oh my god, and they got Ame while all this is happening! Just leap away.
Dire's top tower
3 times.
attack.
Yeah. Press E button 3 times. No problem. However, they're gonna trade the mid tower. Shaman Ward's down, Exorcism down. That is not what they were looking for though. Losing the Monkey King on the top side as well. Emo would have been a massive kill, but he makes it out on the skin of his team. 100 health.
Yeah.
They kind of overlapped the disables on the LGD side here.
Ooh. Thinking about that ulti. And on top of that, they used a lot just to end up getting a tier 1 tower. Mid, Supernova, the Serpent Wards, Exorcism. I mean, you laid it all down. You threw the kitchen sink at them, and you didn't get a kill. You just got a tower. Yes, that opens up their side of the jungle, but that's not going to feel that great. Now they've got themselves the arena as well. The Ice Blast coming in. The Yule sets it up, and look at that. Just hopped up into the air, into the wall as he gets hit by that Earth Spike and the Spear. Nothing to say. Well, he's got nothing to say. He dies, and he's dead for 30.
Yeah, JT, not only a professional Dota player, but also a professional kebab maker. Hitting his spear right on the mark once more. Don't think he has missed a single one yet. For Shaman, be careful. If he gets scored,
bottom tower is under attack.
Can they swipe this stack away? I mean, they definitely see it, so they know that Monkey King's going to want to be there. He doesn't even have his battle gear yet, so it's a slow progression for the Monkey King right now.
Battle Fury definitely coming at a much slower timing than we're used to be seeing. But it will still come out 3 minutes 14, which is still decent together with the threats. And after that, his farm is going to accelerate. We'll have to see if he goes back for this Aghanim build again, or if he feels like he needs that BKB a little bit earlier this game.
Well, sometimes we'll see Ame go like BKB then back to the Axe, right? So if he feels like he's not comfortable with getting the Axe and taking that time to move around and farm like he's getting pressured, he'll go BKB back Axe, right?
Yeah, I mean, you always want to get Axe in this hero. It's just too good of an Axe. 2-4 gold, makes it very tanky, and just puts a lot of passive damage onto the battlefield, which is always a big problem for everybody to deal with.
Really felt a lot from Mirana despite the farm. Obviously, we watched the Mirana get out, but I'm excited to see what Emo can do with this hero. When I originally saw it in the draft, I thought Kaka was going to play it because he's really good with this Mirana. There was a time where IG were picking Mirana basically every game for him. He would land probably about 85% of his arrows. It was kind of disgusting to watch him do that, and that was back in like the early seasons of the Dota Pit China that were happening. There were 4 seasons during the off season from the DPC, and he was really the only guy in the region who was making that hero work. As we see a blink in, they've got the Ice Blast. Ame caught again. Ice Blast is going to land onto Ame. The Burrow Strike hits on it too, but that's just maybe giving up Faithion's life. Finger comes through. They get a second. They'll land a stun onto 2 more, but they do end up trading off Emo. They go into the Moonlight Shadow. They're trying to run, but they've got the vision. They're ready to go. The Exorcism running. Aro's in trouble. Cold Feet in a spear will make sure that Nothing to Say is held back and will freeze over. They cannot chase this Mars, but they do find the Hex onto the Ancient Apparition as he's TPing out. So Ali, he's caught, and he's killed.
Yeah, very interesting skill ability coming out from the DP. 4 levels of Silence, only 2 levels of Spirit Siphon, helping them to kill Emo off there, who of course has no way of dispelling their Silence yet. And yeah, it's not something I've ever seen before. Only 2 levels of Spirit Siphon.
Ooh, Phoenix hitting now onto the Phoenix. Innocent's gonna try and Icarus dive away.
Easy escape though. Not enough damage coming out from the mask just yet, but he's looking amp that up a little bit. BKB purchase, probably into a Desolator after. Emo, Kaka already with the Blink Dagger. Ame, be careful here.
He's in trouble. He's gonna die here. They've got the Earth Spike to land the arrow. No, it's gonna be blocked, but he should still have the control on an Ice Blast. Ame dead again.
That is the second death consecutively. Just beat down there. Won't have a TP available. As soon as he respawns, JT just pushing out top lane. They're setting up for him though. If he shows, he's gonna die. JT
still want Ame to go for the Axe. I'm a little surprised that he had that queued up when he was over bottom. I just don't know if it's... I agree with you. I think he needs to go into the BKB.
I mean, Ame is one of those guys who's always insanely greedy, right? Like, he will go for the most greedy route every game. And of course, the Aghanim Scepter. And we'll see if it ends up working out for him. It looks quite rough right now. He's 1-4. And I don't really see it getting any easier. Quite a while here. The IG pressure is just gonna start ramping up.
You can see that the pressure is ramping up because they feel free to just go into the triangle. There's no pressure on them to sneak in there or do anything. They're farming the Dire side. And, you know, LGD really don't have any way to push them out of the triangle at the moment. They're down 4K, but they're still hoping that they could get Ame a little bit of farm. They don't really want to fight if they can 5v5, or really 5v4 if Ame is going to continue to farm.
Yeah, and Morphling going into that E-Blade, so he'll be ready to fight as soon as he has it. Honestly, he's already ready to fight. Like, he has a lot of damage simply because he's a Morphling. Emo looking very strong himself, and they're just scaling very nicely here on the IG side. Up by 5k now. DP will have to deal a lot of damage, and he has to be so careful he doesn't get A blasted.
The Ancient Apparition was a little bit of a curveball coming in the 5th pick. Just in my eyes when I, again, saw Kaka playing the Mirana, but they switched the Mirana to the 2. They go Ancient Apparition last, and we've seen how effective the A has been. He got a pretty quick 6, and from there, Cold Feet's basically going off every time they have him together with the Mars. They've got Cold Feet into the Spear, and they're also, you can see the communication because they're throwing the Ice Blast in anticipation for the Spear.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, a lot of trust coming out there.
Dire's middle
and
tower
you weren't the only one that was expecting a support Mirana. LGD ended up banning quite a lot of mid heroes in the later portion there. But he got debated by them, including LGD.
find their
Radiant's
way
top
back.
tower is under attack.
See if they can, again,
Dire's
relying on
bottom
Ame to
tower
get
is under
this
attack.
farm. He's got the Ogre Axe, and I think that's
going
just
to
in
the
case he rethinks it into the BKB, right?
Yeah, he's most definitely going into the BKB, otherwise he would be purchasing some other parts.
Radiant's top tower
And it makes
is
a lot of
under
sense.
attack.
Like, there's no way you're getting away with the Battle Fury act in this game.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Clash for a little while, but see IG just pushing down the tier 2 bottom, and they're going to smoke. They really want to find something. They know that they're ahead, and if they can shut down Ame continuously, they'll be real happy with this. They find themselves Ame. They've got the arena, and again, there's the Ice Blast with the spear. They'll use the finger. They'll get the kill. The communication is so on point for IG right now, and LGD just look lost.
Yeah, look lost is the right thing to say. Like, they don't know at all about IG's movements. Ame is getting caught out time after time again, and they can't really find any pickoffs themselves, despite having Blink Dagger on the Sand King. Another pickoff, making it look easy. And that's the power of
why they were top of the league. Yeah. Doesn't get hexed, doesn't get caught.
Nice.
Burrow strike landing on a 2. This could be something nice for them, but they just don't get the kill on the Emo just yet. They've got themselves the spear that lands, and Faithion, he's in trouble, but they get the kill on the Emo, and Faithion gets the Burrow strike out onto the Mars. JT with the God's Rebuke will finish him off, but they've got the Silence coming in for nothing to say. That will be 3 for both sides overall. And that is real well done by Faithion to get that to go down like that. And that will open up some space here for Ame. And that's really what they desperately need.
Yeah, getting 2 very important core kills. They also managed to kill the Phoenix on the bot lane again with the Morphling as well as Lion off screen. But yeah, that was exactly what LGD needed here. Now they're only down 5k. But this Morphling is getting pretty damn obese. Like, he's already finished his E-Blade.
These supports are not gonna be happy when they know he's got that.
Not only hordes, look at the Sand King, look at the even DP. Like, if he gets stunned into E-Blade combo, he's gone. Monkey King is gone. Nobody of them can tank it right now.
They're looking actually to ping out Roche, go that way. Moonlight Shadow into the pit. See if they commit for this. It looks like they will. Blink onto the high ground. Taka just checking if anybody's there with Moonlight Shadow. He would have been setting up to get a Hex as well as an Earth Spike. They have, you know, a lot of mobility here with the leaves, the 2 Blink Daggers, the Waveform. They can close the gap pretty quickly on IG. And LGD, they're not going to even try to contest this if they know it's happening. There's nothing that they can do right now, in my eyes, that would have them get away with it with Exorcism down, Epicenter gone, and just don't have enough to fight with.
Yeah, they just want to secure the BKB on Monkey King. After that, are they going to be strong enough to fight? Depends on whether Faithion can find a good initiation or not. If you can find some of those core targets, they can take a team fight, but it's going to be so difficult because the front line of IG is pretty scary now with that Morphling as well as Mars, who's only 100 gold away from his BKB.
5K feels like so much more.
Radiant's
It
bottom
does,
tower
but at the
is
same
under
time,
attack.
LGD, they have a lot of
Dire's top
damage
tower
on
is
their
under
side.
attack.
So if they really just take the proper fight, get the jump on the line or the Mirana, even maybe the AA, they will kill them really easily, and they do have the
Dire's
damage to
top
take on the
tower
Morphling
has
twice.
fallen.
Right. And we really haven't felt full presence of LGD, right? We haven't seen the big team fight with like a Wukong's and a Supernova coming through with a Burrow Strike, making sure they can't hit the egg. Like, we haven't seen it all mesh just yet for LGD. We've just felt IG kind of control the entirety of the map and get these pickoffs and slow down LGD.
Yeah, we haven't even really seen a team fight. It was mostly just pickoffs here from IG. Yeah, LGD's team fight should still be quite a bit better. They're just not getting the chance to fight.
Ame not even going to go for the Zags at all. He's actually switched over to the Scotty, and we'll see if that's the commitment he'll make. Do you like that over the Axe? Do you think just Axe is not even in the picture anymore?
It's just to tank up and to be able to somewhat counter the Morphling, because Scotty, of course, reduces the heal you get from that Morph ability.
Radiant are scanning.
So it does make sense. But yeah, like Aghanims on Monkey is still one of the best ones in the game. So at least for going in is interesting.
Smoke, they're going to try and move here. Burrow Strike hits onto Ollie. They're going to get the silence out of two of these heroes. They're looking over the ancient apparition with the Sun Ray right on top of him, melting the ice of this AA. They'll get the kill on Ollie. They'll look over at Kako, who lands a 2-man Earth Spike with his Exorcism used, and they've got the Moonlight Shadow trying to run, but the Balance Strike will be the finish. 2 kills there for LGD, and they come out clean. However, it's just the supports.
It is just the supports, but there was still quite a good golden fusion for LGD here. Well behind quite a bit. They had to expand Exorcism again, though.
Attack.
So now it's a good time for IG.
Maybe I'll have
The 14 fight here. They newly picked up BKB on the Mars as well. There's an Endless Rune. Sanking has to be a bit careful here. Has got the A on this though.
Arena, Spear, well done to push him back towards the team. The A on this map will go off, and now works into the Sand King. The Burrow Strike comes out. Are they going to look for the Supernova? They will. So let's see. Do IG want to continue here, looking maybe for an epicenter? But stops it as the BKB lets JT leave, and IG will just back out.
Right. Well, at least the Aeon Disc was popped, I guess. I don't know if he actually saw the Aeon Disc or not, because he committed Arena right away. Looked like he didn't really check for the items. But that is going to be on a cooldown for quite a while now. They still have Epicenter available. Yeah, I haven't really seen the E-Plate combo yet either.
Are scanning.
No, not yet.
Radiant
Not yet at all. And they
structures
still
are
have, you know, a minute and a half with this Aegis to work with. Especially once he picked up that E-Plate, I thought he would just be going into overdrive in terms of aggression. But something here is really pulling on the reins, and he's not playing the way we've seen him play this Morphling for flyfly in the past, when he's just been all-out aggression once he got that E-Blade.
And you know all about Magic. They were ahead 5k just like a minute ago. How is it only 3 or 2k now? What happened, B-Cup? What's the magic?
Losing a couple supports, not putting the pressure on LGD. They felt fine to farm, getting around the map a little. Whereas IG, I think they've been looking to kind of find a pickoff for the last few minutes.
Oh, amazing analysis work. Maybe with controls next game.
Oh, he flashed me.
Caught out again.
They've got the Ice Blast coming through. That's going to land onto Jinkyu. They'll get the kill to the Shadow Shaman.
That was really close. If that hits on the Monkey, he had not used the stick at the time. He was only sitting at like 600 health. He is in actual danger of dying. Barely gets out of the AoE. He's out of life. King very close to his Skadi now. Once that's up, it's gonna be pretty damn hard. Oh.
Kaka. Got the Hex. Kaka in the right position. Sunray trying to keep him alive.
Again.
And this is gonna pop once again. Cool Strike Finger. Ice Blast coming in. Flyfly gets the kill on the Faith Beyond. They're taking the Sand King once again. And now Innocent's on the run, but the waveform, like I said, they can really cut down at the gap between them and these heroes. But the Supernova going off, and I don't know if they're going to be able to pop this, though. The speed that Anton's nothing to say. They're getting the go to the Jet Farm. The Supernova's going to go off, and JT's going to be stunned up, locked down, and killed off. JT falls, Ollie to follow suit. Jinkyu gets the kill there. Supernova down, but the Earth Strike comes out from Flyfly onto the Shadow Shaman. They've got themselves the Earth Spike to finish off Jinkyu. They'll get yet another kill. The arrow will just miss Faith Beyond. Back and forth we go as IG still a 4K lead. They're a little bit close. Be very careful about their positioning. However, I say that their spike in. Burrow Strike comes out from Faith Beyond with BKB Popeye Ame. He'll go to the Wukong's command, but this is on nobody. He tries to put the circle out so they can maybe catch Morphling jumping in. They do get the kill on Akaka, but Morphling never commits.
Yeah, what a huge mistake, if I have nothing to say. He TP'd in, used Exorcism, but he didn't BKB. He just got forest struck by the Morphling, who turned into the Sand King, and then got permanently disabled by the Lion, just resulting in his death. Exorcism was on for like 2 or 3 seconds. If he BKBs in time, I'm 100% sure this fight is going to go very differently for LGD here. A good recognition there from flyfly, and just immediately stun him, allowing Kaka to follow up on it.
That's the first Wukong's that
Arrow?
I think we've seen, and it just hasn't done much of anything. It really was zoning at that point, but I don't know if they're too upset about that. They did get a kill and kind of kept that fight even.
Yeah, I mean, the gold lead is not increasing or decreasing, so very even fight indeed. For Yules. Oh, so scary for the Shadow Shaman. If he just gets touched by the Morphling, he's gonna die.
Yeah. White Shadow used once again. Let's see if they can get in here and get a pick off. LGD sitting out of sight, out of mind.
DD bottled here on the Mirana could be a big problem for LGD in the next fight because they never really focus him. He always sits in the back line, just right-clicking away with the Dragon Lance, of course, hitting from a very safe distance.
They're up inside the jungle, but they need to cross over mid if they want to fight. That's going to be what I do.
Monkey King itemizing into the Aghanim's now again. Once that Skadi was finished, as it's just too good of an Aghanim to pass up upon. Now that there's a Morphling in the game, also B-Cup. What did the ocean say to the beach?
What up? I don't know. How are you? Oh my God.
It just waved. Just like Morphling, you get it? Morphling wave.
I try to hold back the laughter, but it always gets through. The dad jokes work on me. You got it.
I got it. Thank you. We saw the tier 2 tower top getting taken out. Morphling closing in on his Skadi
is under attack.
and just whacking the top tower. No one is there from LGD. They have a high ground watch. Have to be careful. Lost half health on the top tower and forced everybody back. Alright.
See how long that ward stays up on their high ground. I don't know if they even realize that that was placed. They are going to smoke up. Roche is up in a minute 15.
Money
OGD can find a good fight here. It might set them up to get the next Aegis. They're going to go Flamethrower, Strike, Exorcism, all used. They've got the Shackles onto the Mirana. They'll catch Emo. Ame getting himself a killing spree. That's a big one to get. 65 seconds without the Mirana. Right as Emo respawns, Roche will be available.
Yeah. Good and fortunate timing here for IG and Roche not to respawn any faster.
And just blocked once again. They're going to get the Supernova off. Had a Burrow Strike, Boundless Strike missing as he waveforms away. But now Spear, that's complete whiff with the BKB beam pop by nothing to say. Going after Taka, the damage with the Exorcism running down this line. And they pop the Lincolns. They've got the Hex on a JT. They followed him up and they should be able to get the kill to the Mars. They will take out JT. Oh, just missing Ali as he TPs out. 3 kills there for LGD.
Absolutely ownage. Xingqiu here, jumping in on the Mirana, can't use his BKB because he gets instant hex, doing the same thing again to JT, and BKBs are useless if you get instantly hexed. This is exactly where Lion and Shadow Shaman are such good heroes right now, and teams are prioritizing them heavily. Roshan up in 5, JT is dead for 40.
The damage just onto Taka with the Sunray, the Exorcism all going off. The Hex, he said, you see, got Xingqiu playing a little bit of the Cliff Teasy cosplay as he's up on the cliff and really, yeah, he took the high ground and he's got the shackle from a distance. He was happy with that.
We all know what the high ground does to you.
Illusion.
We're all avid Star Wars watchers, of course.
Except I was not the chosen one.
For me, you are B-Cup.
After the shank once again, Ice Blast coming through, Yule's up into the air, the Ice Blast is going to land, they get over the BKB's being popped by Flyfly as well as nothing to say, losing Aeon, this will pop, he'll try to TP out, oh, going down right before the TP goes off. Emo gets the kill and nothing to say, and now both these heroes don't have buyback, and look at what's up, it's Roche.
Yep, and it's gonna be a free one. Morphling has so much damage. They don't have Desolate yet, but they won't need it. Emo also right-clicking very hard. Going for that mana break, Talon on level 20. Also the DD room bubble up. And yeah, Sanking no buyback, DP no buyback. Look at that. Aegis cheese. Tough from now on out. Also going to the Skadi on the Mirana. At least Monkey King caught up very well, very nicely here to the Morphling, almost on par with him in farm.
Right.
Dyer's middle tower
going to the Invisible.
attack.
And that's set up to be a timing where LGD, they're the ones who were looking over at Roche with presence, and it ends up being IG who take a good fight, and they finish off both nothing to say as well as Fabian, and that leads to them getting Aegis and now going onto the high ground once again. Like, this is
they're gonna get one Rex at least. Like, they have Morphling Mirana, they hit so damn fast, they should be able to get one side here quite easily.
Yeah. 8 seconds though. We'll
Dire's
see if they
middle tower
stay.
has fallen.
You might get the tier 3 impact or
Radiant's
1
bottom
half.
tower
Okay,
has
smoke
We'll see
them
how long
behind.
they're willing to come up.
Dire's middle barracks.
Sunray
Easy
on
Rex.
him.
Just leave.
Stun, as well as your spike onto the Sand King, and then we'll take the melee racks and back off.
Oh, Kaka. He's good. Ollie.
Radiant's
good.
bottom tower.
They're
has
just
fallen.
short of getting these zeros, but they got the balance strike, and that's going to be through onto flyfly, who will pop the BKB. They have no way to stop it, and he'll just TP out.
Oh, there was exorcism popped. I didn't see that. Only 5 seconds remaining on that. After that, IG is going to be looking for another team fight. Army could potentially be getting caught out here. It's away just in the nick of time.
And that is
was so scary.
Exorcism not really looking that good for nothing to say.
Yeah, he kind of just forced it out. Like, there was no need to. IG was already retreating. Didn't look like they wanted to fight, but yeah. Sometimes you just get a little overexcited, you know? You don't want to give up that Rex. This might cost them. 90 seconds without Exor. Big timing window for IG.
Radiant are scanning.
Good scan. Look at Morphling, 5,000 health, 6,000 health. Let's go.
Dire
Morphling
are
back down.
scanning.
4,000, 3,500, 3,000.
I love seeing those numbers go up and down.
Oh, they found the Morphling. They've got themselves a Burrow Strike. He doesn't got a lot of health to work with anymore, and he is gone for the first time. Only working with 2,200 health on that point, but they've got themselves the arena as well as the finger. The Earth Spike is going to land on two of these heroes. They've got the Earth Spike up with the end of the top of the Sand King. They've got the Supernova Pop. They'll get the kill on Ahmed. They take it on the Monkey King as well as the Phoenix. They'll look over Faith Beyond. They've got themselves a third. Three heroes down to the side of LGD. Just like that, they turn it around. They had the luxury of the Aegis, and they will use that luxury to get 3 kills and come out on top.
Yeah, IG scouted them very well with the scan. Morphling, I'm sure he didn't want to die. He ends up dying, doesn't matter, he has an Aegis, and all of IG are ready to punch back. Monkey didn't even get the chance to use his BKB. Permanently stunned. Now he's dead for 60. Might have to buyback here, otherwise they're going to get a second side of Rex. No buyback on Sand King though. Either way, it's going to be a tough fight.
Looked like they were just getting themselves the Aegis and backing off, but the arena and the stun from Kaka just immediately in onto both this Phoenix as well as the Sand King. Really well done. They killed Ame instantly.
Wanna initiate your flyfly, secure position. Got him! He warmed up already.
The board once again. Poor staff back. Long on. This might be the Exorcism. That final goes their way. They've got the Wukong's command down with the BKB pop by Ame, but he's able to waveform away, TP out, and he is gone. Everything used by LGD again, including some buybacks, and they get nothing.
Yeah, 6.2k health, by the way. Keep morphing it up. It just never ends, man. You think he's already at max? Nope, that's only half of what he's got. Yeah, as you said, they used everything.
Invisibility.
You have nothing for it. Even a Monkey King buyback as well.
They've got a Hex now and nothing to say. That's another layer to control here for LGD, but it just has not been enough.
We'll see if this Hex is enough. Like, he's in danger of always getting blown up. Mo in position here with the invis room.
There's the arena. And Ame, he's been caught by the Earth Spike, but they've got the Shackle coming through from JQ. Icarus dive, trying to get back into the fight, but they've got the stun on Ame. They need to be careful because he just fought back. The damage coming in with the Starstorm. Is he going to be able to survive this? They've got the Epicenter going from Faith Beyond. They're going to look over at Emo. He's got the BKB running for a couple more seconds. On nothing to say, but they've got the stun now on the Piranha. Way more forward. They get the kill on the JQ. They look over as the Supernova's going to pop right onto the Piranha, as well as this Morphling. They get the kill on Emo, and now Faith Beyond trying to close the gap. Flyfly, Ali, both here. Link gets pop, but he's going to morph into the Sand King. Finger onto the Sand King. Spear, it lands. They get the kill to Faith Beyond. The Andis is going to be popped on the Lion. They look over as they land the Shackle. They got the silence. He's out of mana, out of time on the running dead. Ame gets the kill on Akaka, and they will take out 2. It is back and forth once again. Ice Blast is in last place with that E-Blade. It will hit onto the Phoenix. We'll see if he shatters. Percentages, it's aiming towards him surviving.
The last tick.
It's fine.
It's always so scary when it ticks down, but it is fine. It could have gone a lot worse for IG, admittedly. Like, JT, I feel like they kind of overlapped their stunts in LGD. He should have been dead, and Morphling also used his BKB very prematurely. He was in trouble as well. But they do get out on all cores except the Mirana. Still a slight victory for LGD though.
LGD, that went from almost game over because they went on to Ame, almost caught him out. You gotta remember, he bought back, he would be dead forever, and the game would just be over.
It would have been, yeah.
7K lead.
If Monkey dies now without buyback, he's actually going into the Aeon disc simply because of all the stuns coming out. It's not an item we ever see on Monkey, really. He's feeling real bad about his positioning here in teamfights. Too much range disables coming out from the ID side. And that's what Lion does to you, man. A lot of mental damage. You know, you get hexed before you BKB. You're gonna be like, ah, next time I'll BKB. You don't do it again, and then you just go in.
And that's the thing, because we were talking about the gap closing that they have from IG, and you can see it with the blinks, the waveforms, and everything. And Ame even screens away, doesn't feel safe.
Are scanning.
Telescope, that'll be good for the Shadow Shaman. You want to put it on the Shadow Shaman.
Elu Cape on the Morphling. One of the better items from them as well. Oh, they're falling for it. They didn't get unsmoked. They're kind of crumbling under the pressure. Oh, the good arrow!
Hits out of the Phoenix. They're gonna follow this up. They've got the Earthquake as well. The spear that's gonna land with the Phoenix. Can he get himself a Supernova? Oh no, he can't. He does have 5, and they've got themselves an outpost right there, but they're gonna end up getting themselves a second. Shadow Shaman's gone for 85 seconds without buyback. They're gonna use that Wukong's command, but against them nothing. They've got the Burrow Strike on the Ollie. They'll look over the Ancient Apparition. They'll at least find one. But again, everything, the kitchen sink, the next door neighbor's entire house, it's all thrown from LGD, and all they get from it is just an Ancient Apparition. They were forced to buy back on the Phoenix, and now they're gonna look over the line. They've got themselves a Silence as well as the Hex. They caught themselves Kaka, they hit the Burrow Strike, they'll get the kill, and that's something to work with. Morphling trying to get out of here as he'll team with the waveform flyfly. He's gone. And Roche, it's soon, but I don't know if it's soon enough.
Unless it's an instant spawn, they'll have plenty of time here on IG to get their heroes respawned. They're so close again on the Mirana, man. He had like 100 health. Gets out on the skin of his teeth again. It just feels like it's always so close, just not quite there for LGD. Like they never can eke out this last little bit of damage before they get their BKBs and mobility items off.
Level 25 there for the Death Prophet. The levels on some of these heroes are lacking though for LGD. They do have level 18, level 3 on the Supernova for the Phoenix, but he was never able to get it off to begin with. He was caught by the arrow, and no chance he survives that.
Yeah, now the big one is really the level 25 Monkey King, but last team fight, this Wukong's was rendered quite ineffective. Oh, the Phoenix here.
Again, caught, and they've got the arrows. It's going to go immediately to the Supernova, but they've got the right clicks. There's no way this goes off. He's dead for 90. He's used Supernova.
No buyback. Very costly mistake here. Trying to take the outpost all by himself without buyback. And he was also the guy that used all his spells on an illusion escape illusion. Why? Definitely feeling the pressure here that IG is putting on them. Rana ult once more.
Oh, they caught them some speed beyond. This could be another casualty. They get the kill on a Fate Beyond. He's going to buy back boost and Aeon's speed from a con. Nothing to say. BKBs have gone off. They get the kill there on a GQ. 3 heroes got on the side of LGD, but they've got a Sankey coming back in. Morphling, he's just out of here and onto the high ground. Looking for the Burrow Strike to hit on the Fate Beyond. He won't land it. And again, nothing there for LGD. Exorcism and Wukong's on cooldown. They have no answers for IG. They will have Roche available in 45 seconds so they can get themselves another set of racks, and they can back up if they want it or go straight for Roche. The options are all available for them just when Roche spawns in 30 seconds.
Sorry, B-Cup, but I'm not feeling this Monkey King Aeon disc. They were in the Wukong's command for like about 5-6 seconds, but they just took no damage. He has no damage items at all. Like this Aeon disc sounds nice on paper maybe, but it really doesn't do a whole lot.
It feels like they just don't care about the Aeon. And when you see it on Nothing to Say too, his pops and they stick with him anyway.
And I'm just gonna say, as a nullifier out on the Mirana, so that Aeon disc purchase on any of these heroes is gonna be rendered quite ineffective. 3 Aeon discs, nullifier is gonna own all of them.
My eyes.
Smoke again, LGD hoping to get to the hit in time. They might get there, the timings might work out, it's close, it's real close, that's an illusion.
And the bomb is not even there.
armor. Yes, he's not there, and the Aegis is going to go hands of flyfly once again. They look over, and Ali to try and get a kill. The ancient effort. He's going to be dead for 65 seconds. We'll see if he buys back, and that's exactly what he's going to do. They get the code of Faith Beyond. They're taking the same hit for 105. Supernova again used, and that was to stop them maybe going up on the high ground and chasing this LGD team, but that's not a good feeling as these ults are on cooldown, and they're not a full team for 90 seconds.
It seems like a huge miscommunication. They're all going to the pit. Monkey King going back to base to finish his MKB. And without the Monkey King, there's just no way in hell they can ever take a fight. No buyback here on the Sand King. This fight is going to be 4v5.
He sold the Aeon-Disc and he went right into the Monkey King.
Oh, big spear!
Oh, the spear! Healing! Aeon-Disc might have been the right choice because you are gone, my friend! That's going to be Monkey King gone for 2 minutes. All they do is pop the Aegis. This is not looking good for LGD and looking so swell for IG. They will take out Jin-Q, take out Nothing to Say. 4 heroes gone. We expect the letters and then wipe and a GG call. IG take game 1 over LGD.
Radiant.
Wow, that makes it look relatively easy. Like LGD
got Faith Beyond on this Viper, just trying to shut down flyfly over in the top lane with JT on the Timber. We'll see how these lanes go. Is there any one lane that's really popping out at you? Something that you think that will really pop off? Like last game, it was the Alchemist lane up against the Jug. Like which lane really looks like it can get out of control?
I mean, top lane, as soon as this Timbersaw gets level 3, it should be getting quite difficult for the Troll and Clock to handle him.